Hey guys, it's me, Ultimate Narcrab, and today I'm doing a new thing because I play this card game that I've tried to play with other people, but no one else seems to know about it. My friends know about it, but alright, so, I'm here to teach you guys Magic the Gathering, which, in case you didn't know, which you probably did know, I'm not sure if you knew or not, is a card game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The first step in Magic, and what I'm going to be talking to you in this episode about, is getting cards. Now, when you're getting cards in Magic the Gathering, this is kind of the first step. You need cards to play. Sorry. So, there's these things in Magic called the lands, I guess. There's 5 different types of lands. There's plains.
True in theory, except for all of the other rules.
Whoa, jeez.
Okay.
This is weird. So, we have the plains, and then we have islands. Whoa. And also, besides islands,
I'm going to read the Constitution.
besides islands, there's are also there are mountains, and then there are forests. So let's see, we got plains, islands, mountains, forests, and finally swamps. Ugh.
So, when you get cards, you need something like a deck. And a deck is considered at least 60 cards. At least. Focus on the at least. At least. Not just 60 cards, not just plain 60 cards. At least 60 cards. So, now that you know that, there is really no max limit, but if you have actually I'll talk about that later, like in a different episode. So what this video is going to be all about is telling you how to get your deck. Most decks are usually 2 colors, because the different colors. Oh yeah, the plains and the lands and stuff all have different colors coordinated with them. There's, for plains, it can also be called white. Mountains can also be called red. Islands can also be called blue. Swamps can also be called black. And I'm missing one. I'm so stupid. Forests can also be considered green. So, I'm here to teach you about the different kinds of I'm spacing out. What the different colors are all about to help you start your deck. So, sorry, I have a bad cough. I'm probably dying. But, so, white is all about, wait, let me think. Quieter! Not screaming! So, white is all about, quantity over quality, basically. The more guys, the easier it is to win. Wait just a second, I'm starting to cough again. Stop screaming! So, yeah, alright, so now, white is all about quantity over quality, where, in the sense that, like, one person, or more people is better than how good the people are. Like, you have more of a chance of success if there's more of them than if they're better. Alright, so now that we've got that covered, blue is the most loved and hated color in the game. It's blue's mostly knowledge. Like, if you're playing blue is like kind of all about knowledge. Like, if you play the blue deck, you'll eventually find out that there's a bunch of cards that allow you to see the next few cards in your library, or the some of the cards in the opponent's hand, which I will talk about later. Like, so you can strategize further than how normal people would strategize. Alright, so now that we've got that, let's go for, which one? I'm thinking black. So, black is kind of the sense of just play to win. Like, win at all costs. No matter what happens, no matter how many guys you lose, no matter how many guys you have left, just win. Try to win. Just win at all costs. Again, if you play with a black deck, you'll see that there's a bunch of cards that make you give up something that would originally make it easier for you to win for a higher chance of success. Like sacrifice is kind of like you're betting against the cards, which, by the way, is never a good idea. So yeah, that's kind of black. Now, red is mostly kind of kill the enemies quickly. Like, oh no, there's a new creature on the battlefield, which I'll talk about later. Let's send out this guy. Alright, it's dead. Woo! Just do whatever comes to mind at first. So, like in the sense that, like, when you're, doing, like the game, and there's, this opponent does something really bad, like puts out a really good card. You're like, oh, darn it, I need to destroy that card. Oh, no. So then you go and destroy that card. You just do it as fast as you can. Just do the first thing that comes to mind. You send out a couple weak guys, maybe a couple buffs, and it's dead. Just do whatever you need to do. So, yeah. That's black. Alright, so now last but not least, green. Green is practically the opposite of white. It's quality over quantity. And what green does is it's kind of just, they have a ton of good cards, but they cost a lot of mana, which I'll talk about later. It's kind of like, they just basically have a lot of really good cards, but it's really hard to get a lot of them out at once. So, yeah. Now, let me just go over those things in a nutshell now. White, quantity over quality. Blue, see the future. Black, play to win. Red, stay ahead of the opponent. Green, quality over quantity. Alright, so now I'm going to suggest a couple decks and suggest what decks not to do. So, I was thinking red and white is a good mix. Do a bunch of guys really fast. That's a really good way to just wipe out the opponent as quick as you can. White and red deck. I would also suggest not to do a black and green deck, considering black, you need to wipe out the opponent at all costs, and you have a bunch of green cards that are really good, and then, like I said earlier, some of the cards in black might tell you to sacrifice permanently a ton of those green cards, and it just really doesn't work out well at the end. I would suggest a black and blue deck, as to see the next few cards in your library, or the opponent's cards, because some of the black cards tell you if you wish to do, like, send out this creature, which I'll talk about later, you need to sacrifice the next 5 cards in your library. You could use a blue card to figure out what the next 5 cards in your library are before you decide whether or not to sacrifice them. I do not suggest, I suggest you should not do a green and red deck, because red, you have to wipe out the opponent quickly, just do what you must, stuff like that. And then with green cards are usually always really good cards. You try to send those out and they're gonna get killed in a nutshell. So that concludes this episode. Next time we're gonna be working on the different types of cards. So yeah, bye. See you then.